Hello everyone, this is dd_richr1 here, and I apologize for the mess. Hopefully by the next video it'll look a little better, but this is a new video that I'm making on an item that I've already filmed before, but this time it's going to be a lot better. So when I first filmed this guy, he had a couple issues. He had a dying motor in the head turn mechanism, and his mouth had a split gear, so it was not moving really. But this guy was just too cool to not refilm after I fixed it. And I would have fixed it earlier, but I needed to have a special screwdriver in order to get into the very large skull head. This is a special edition of this character. This is officially the 6-foot skeleton pirate with goblet and sword, but he is a variant of Deadeye Drake. Most of the time when you hear Deadeye Drake, you would think of the scarier looking one with the eye patch and the raggedy clothes, but this is a Deadeye Drake as well. There were actually 3 iterations planned. I've mentioned this before. There was like alive, freshly dead, and really dead. So this guy's more on the freshly dead side because his clothes are all still clean. He has eyeballs for crying out loud. And while there is no like flesh on the skull, unlike the really dead one, he's just a lot cleaner in presentation, and he still has eyes. Yeah, so this is a special edition of this character. This is the one from buyinflatables.com. If you weren't familiar with that website, it's one of the select websites back in the day that pretty much sold exclusively Gemmy items, and the ones sold on that website had a unique shipping box. And according to the inside flap of the shipping box, there were only 100 of these ordered by buyinflatables.com. And there were 2 other websites associated with it. It was buyinflatables.com, halloweencatalog.com, and halloweenwarehouse.com. As a kid, I loved going on there because you had all of the classic characters and whatnot, and it was just super cool to see. And the prices were pretty awesome. Unfortunately, a couple years ago, I learned recently the creator of those websites did pass away. So that's pretty unfortunate, but his legacy will live on with any of the products that are still floating around out there. So it's not too impossible to find one of these guys. It's just if you want to find one with this shipping box or whatever, there's only 100 of those out there. And the original box with the original graphics is in fact under there, but there's tape on the bottom and I haven't cut it. But it's most likely in extremely good condition and has not seen any sunlight since it was in China. But this guy is in excellent cosmetic condition. The previous owners took very good care of him, and he just had some mechanical issues. And this is a 2007 piece, and a lot of the 2007 items, the head turn motors were kind of faulty. Like, they weren't faulty necessarily towards the beginning of their lives, but by this point a lot of them have died out. And then when the motor would get locked up and slow, it had a chance of sending too much power back and then frying the component on the circuit board. So a big mess. But he has actually the original head turn mech from my Giles the Butler before I turned him into a collapsible. So he has a 2008 motor in there, which is a really good motor. Yeah, it has the original shipping label from the guy. His name was Tim. And then if I were to open this flap, you can see it's not filled out, but blank out of 100. So assuming that's correct, there are only 100 of these made in this way. There is a more sophisticated version that has body turn and arm movement. This one is not one of those, but it's just so awesome that he's so mint and that he has this box. So normally I would prefer, of course, to have the more sophisticated one, which also has mic, aux, and volume control, but it's hard to beat this. I mean, this is awesome. Compared to any animatronic today, the clothing is absolutely incredible quality. You have very nice thick fabrics. I used to know what this was called, but I forgot the specific material. But just all very nice quality fabrics all around, and a really good face. It's got nice shiny goblet and sword there. Nice quality boots, and he does of course collapse up and down. And the audio on this guy is super well done also. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, there's not too much else to say about this guy aside from definitely get him. If you are someone that recently got into all this madness with animatronics, I would highly recommend trying to find this guy if you're doing a pirate theme. It's worth it to fix it up and get it, even to, pay the full value online. It's just worth it because there's so much character with this guy. And of course, there's a more animated version than this. This one is still pretty animated, even compared to modern standards. He's got eye movement, head turn, mouth movement. But if you'd rather have superior mechanics, there is a 2008 model that does have a chimey jack on the base. So instead of having to do the motion or sound sensor pushing that button, you can connect a modern day chimey button to the base. So if you are someone that likes to have that kind of setup on your display, just look out for the 2008 model sold at Grandin Road. But yeah, this guy is super awesome. I know I've said that, but it just really is. And it was so exciting for me to see him fully working because it's been so long since I've actually owned one of these, moving arm version or not, fully working. But I'm going to go ahead and move this box out of the way and plug him in. And then we will start with the demos. So here we go.
Listen, this is an occasion for jolly good banter. So hurry up and do it, because I haven't heard you say anything even remotely good yet. You look like a fair crew of buccaneers. Let's hear your best yarr, you scallywags. Ahoy there, swab. Take ye fair share of grub, or you'll taste me cutlass. Backstabbing scallywags live short lives around my vessel.
Before we continue, a really awesome feature of his programming is at the very end on some phrases, his eyes will just look to the side a little bit, which is super cool. It kind of gives it the effect of, is he supposed to do that? And it just makes it a little more believable.
I beg your pardon, sir. Would you by chance happen to have seen me parrots around? Parrots are my favourite birds, with a side of potatoes. I'd say it's high time we have some poor unfortunate soul walk the plank. What do you say, mateys? Beware. Watch your step this night, ye lily-livered landlubber. You see, me first mate, Barnacle Bill, be about, and he don't take kindly to whimpering cowards such as yourself. Farewell and adieu to your fair Spanish ladies. What are we here then? A school of scurvy dogs what come up from Davy Jones's locker. Ye looking at me? Listen, this is an occasion for jolly good banter. So hurry up and do it, because I haven't heard you say anything even remotely good yet.
Yeah, just super awesome. I love this piece so much. Not just for nostalgic reasons. I know some people will be like, you just like it because of nostalgia. It's just so well done. It's so well executed. And it's so worth it for it being a larger box versus a pole-based piece. It's just, I love this thing. It's so great. I cannot glaze this enough. But yeah, I would highly recommend one of these. Even if you have to pay up online, it is so worth it just to have. There's just so much character. Like, I'm actually getting excited talking about this, which doesn't happen that often, even with far more valuable, rare, even cooler things. Just this guy in particular, he's just one of the really exciting ones, just super well done. Like I said, cannot glaze this enough. But yeah, I'll do it a couple more times here, try and get some more angles in, and that'll wrap up this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed.
You look like a fair crew of buccaneers. Let's hear your best yarr, you scallywags. swab. Take ye fair share of grub, or you'll taste me cutlass. Backstabbing scallywags live short lives around